Hey, what's up, guys? I am Joe from Workbench, and this week we're going to talk about making some automatic cursors with some write-on text, like terminals and shit from the 80s. All right, this is going to be a quick tutorial, especially if you need to build something like a terminal or just a bunch of text typing on and you want to have a cursor in it. It's a really simple thing I came up with that I'm kind of surprised I never thought of before. If you're curious about getting this kind of like look with the blur and stuff, that's kind of what we did in tutorial 129. So I'll link that down below. So let's open this up and see how it's built. So basically you end up with two keyframes, and all of the space to the left of the first keyframe is a blinking cursor, and then it'll blink as it types in. So it's done with just a couple of text animators, and you can turn this into a preset if you'd like. It's pretty easy. The first text animator just has opacity in it, and I called it typing. It has two simple expressions in it. This first one we'll look at, it's here in expressionist. So we're taking math.floor, which gets rid of everything after a decimal point. So we just end up with whole numbers. And inside that, we're going to put value times text.sourceText.length. So value is just the current value of the keyframes that we have in here. And in this case, this one is 0 and this one is 1. And we multiply that by the length of source text, which is how many characters are in source text. So as we've done in the past, multiplying by a range from 0 to 1 times a maximum value gives us a range from 0 to the maximum value. So as this animates across, it draws everything on. In this end value, we also have an expression. Although you don't really need it, you can just set this end value really high. But just in case you need it, we just put text.sourceText.length in there, so that the end of the range is exactly as long as this is. Yo. So then we just have another animator called cursor. And in this one, we're animating scale, opacity, and character value. Character value is set to 45, which gives us a dash. So that's what we're going to use to build the actual block cursor. We're going to scale that cursor up to 1574%. You're going to change these values to make it look right based on whatever text you have. If we move over here and see what the cursor actually looks like, I think it'd actually look thinner if we want to. So to get that to work, you need to go into your more options here and change your grouping alignment. And I found that -86, -36 works well. You want to get the X value to where the edge of these X's is right on the edge of your text. And then that -36 should be about in the middle where the dash is, which seems to kind of be -36 on a few different fonts. I don't know why, or if it'll always be true that way. But once you have that set, all you need to do is add an expression to your opacity, and that looks like this. It's pretty simple. It's just math.sine times time times 10. So this 10 times 10 is just to speed it up a bit. We're going to do it on time so that it just goes over and over again. And this math.sine will give us a value from -1 to 1. The negative values will basically get ignored because there's no negative opacity. So that'll give us a nice pause in between. And then we multiply that out by 100. Because again, 0 to 1, we're going to multiply by a maximum number so that we get a range from 0 to the maximum number. So that'll give us a nice blinking. And that's all you need to do to have automatically animating text with cursors. If for some reason you want this to keep blinking at the end, there's like a kind of convoluted process you can go through. But what's easier is just take another text layer. Then you just move these keyframes back so that you have all the space in the beginning for it to blink. And then if you're curious, I made this little loading indicator by just animating source text. We just have a pipe character, / dash, / pipe character again, but we just have a loop. And that's it. That's how you get yourself into Judgment Day. Be careful with that. It can be pretty powerful, and things might not turn out the way you wanted them to. All right, guys, that's it. If you have any comments or questions, leave them in the comments down below. And if you'd like to help support what we do, check out patreon.com/workbench. Make sure you keep up the blog at workbench.tv. And as always, I am Joe, and we'll see you next week. Bye.